ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषाय शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, this is a song which glorifies Vrindavan Dham, the pastimes of Radha Govinda, Radha Krishna, and all the places which are very very prominent, or the places in Vrindavan which Krishna has played with the pastimes and the devotees of Lord Krishna. All these names are given in this song, so let's just glorify them. Okay. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madhana Mohana. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madhana Mohana. Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Kalindi Jamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavana. Kishi Gata Bamshi Bata Gadasha Kanana Jaha Sab Leela Koilo Shri Nanda Nandana. Shri Nanda Jashoda Jaya Jaya Gopagana Shri Damani Jaya Jaya Venu Vatsagana. Jaya Vrishabhanu Jaya Kirtida Sundari Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Abhiranagari. Jaya Jaya Gopishwara Vrindavana Bhaja. Jaya Jaya Krishna Shakha Patu Dvijaraja. Jaya Rama Gata Jaya Rohini Nandana. Jaya Jaya Vrindavana Vashi Jata Jana. Jaya Dvija Patni Jaya Naga Kanya Gana Bhakti Teja Hara Pailo Govinda Charana. Shri Rasa Mandala Jaya Jaya Radha Shama. Jaya Jaya Rasa Leela Sarva Manorama. Jaya Jwala Rasa Jaya Sarva Rasa Sara. Parakiya Bhave Jaha Prajite Prachara. Shri Janava Pada Padma Kuriya Smarana. Dina Krishna Dasa Kohe Nama Sankirtana. Shri Janava Pada Padma Kuriya Smarana. Dina Krishna Dasa Kohe Nama Sankirtana. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everyone. So there is a app called Vaishnava Songs. So you can, it's kind of offline app. So you can just whenever you want, you can go through all the Gaudiya Vaishnava songs are in it with the meaning. So let's see the translation. Okay. Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. So all glories to Radha and Krishna and the divine forest of Vrindavana. How many forests are there in Vrindavan? Anybody knows? How many forests? How many forests are there? Anybody? If you go through the translation, you can come to know. Yes, Rishi, 12. Dwadasha Kanana, right? Just now we in the song itself we told Dwadasha Kanana. Kanana means the forest and Dwadasha means 12. So there are 12 forests in Vrindavana. So Vrindavana is the place and there are 12 different forests and one of that is Vrindavan. So all glories to the three preceding deities, which is Sri Govinda, Gopinatha and Madan Mohan. So these three deities are main and three deities, they are called um, the main three deities. Do you know if all these three deities are in one deity? Which is that deity? Anybody knows? All these three, Govinda, Gopinath and Madan Mohan, they are in one deity. Like these three deities are there. With that, there is one fourth deity which comprises these three deities essence also. Yes, it's Radha Raman. Very good. It's Radha Raman. So Radha Raman, the face is like the Govinda Dev, and the chest, all the body parts are like Gopinath, and the leg is called as Madan Mohan's feet. So these three deities are in one. That's Radha Raman. He is self-manifested deities. From Shaligram, that Shaligram overnight it became like a deity form. So if you see Radha Raman, you can Google it and see he's this small. He's only kind of 11 inch, maybe 11 to 12 inches. So he's that much small. So in the sense of a deity, is that small deity. So yeah. So next is Shama Kunda, Radha Kunda, Govardhana. So all glories to Shamkund, Radha Kund, and Govardhan Hill, and the Yamuna River. That's Kalindi. And all glories to the great forest of known as Mahavan, where Krishna and Balram displayed all their childhood pastimes. All glories to Keshi Ghat, where the demon Keshi was killed. And all glories to Vamshivata, where Krishna used to play the flute and attract all the gopis. And all glories to Dwadashvakanana, 12 forest of Raja. At these places, the son of Nanda, Sri Krishna, performed all his pastimes. All glories to Krishna's divine father, Nanda and Yashoda. All glories to cowherd boys, headed by Sridham, the older brother of Srimati Radharani. So Sridham is different from Sudama. Okay, don't confuse it. Sudama is the friend of Krishna who met after. Sridham is the older brother of Radharani. So Sridham and Sudama are two different people. So don't get confused. And Ananga Manchari is again Srimati Radharani's younger sister, Ananga Manchari. and all glories to cows and calves of Raja. Actually, Balram takes place as Ananga Manjari, and he becomes the younger sister of Srimati Radharani just to assist her in pastime. All glories to Radha's divine father and mother, Rishabhanu, and the beautiful Kirtida. And all glories to Purnamasi, the mother of Sandipani Muni and grandmother of Madhumangala and Nandimukhi, the disciples of Devarshi and beloved disciples of Devarshi Narada. So Madhumangal, you must have heard in the friends, among the friends, they are very popular among the friends of Krishna. All glories to young cowherd boys, maidens of Raja. All glories to Gopishwara Shiva. So Lord Shiva is in Vrindavan as Gopishwara. If you go to Vrindavan, there is one temple where the Shiva ling, the Shiva's ling is there. On that, you can see the nut, the women's wear, nose ring, mantika, and all of that in Lord Shiva's face. So he's in the Gopi form there, who is trying to taste the ecstasy of gopis. So he's called Gopishwara Shiva, who resides in Vrindavana in order to protect the holy dham. Any dham, if you see, there is always Shiva in the 4 sides or 8 sides. Even in Puri, there is so many Lord Shiva's mandirs or temples around the boundary of Jagannath, around the boundary of Dwarka Dham, around boundary of, Lingaraj temple. It's very famous in Puri, Odisha. So it's in the boundary of Odisha. And all these dhams, the boundary is protected by Lord Shiva. That's how Gopishwara is also there, just to protect the Rasa Mandala, where Radha and Krishna, they perform Rasa. He protects that area. So all glories to funny Brahmana friend Madhumangala, right? We all know who is Madhumangala. So there are many pastimes. If you read in Krishna book, you can come to know. And the glories to Ramaghata, where Lord Balaram performed his Rasa dance. Even Balram used to perform Rasa dance, but it's not known to everybody. See, Krishna has his own, essence, mood. Krishna is in different mood, and Balram is in different mood. So the gopis are not same, or who Krishna's gopis are not same as Balram's gopis. They are different. There are 2 categories of gopis. One gopi with Radharani and all of them, they go to Krishna, and other gopis, some their rasa is different. They go with Balram. So Balram used to always perform rasa also. So if you see Vaishnava calendar, you can get that time where the rasa yatra starts. And all glories to Balaram, the son of Rohini. He is the first expansion of Krishna. Balram is none other than, he is not a jiva like us. He is the expansion of Krishna, right? He's not just a brother or jiva kind of a thing. He is the expansion of Krishna. So that's why even Balram is supreme personality of Godhead, not just Krishna, but he is in the servant mode when it comes to service to Krishna. All glories to the residents of Vrindavana Vasi, Brajavasis. That's why they are who are Brajavasis? Even the monkeys and the animals, cows, buffaloes, swans, peacocks, all these are Brajavasis. They are not considered as animal there. When you go to Vrindavan Dham or any Dham, please take care that you don't hurt even a tree in the Dham, because they are also Vasis. Here in our area, we are just citizens. Other things are neglected. But in dhams, even they are Vasis. So we should not offend them also. Even the monkeys, they may torture us. In Vrindavan, monkeys will torture you. But then don't don't, hit them or something. Try to get back your things as you can get. So it's easy. But then don't hurt any of the people or any of the trees or animals in dhams. It's an offense. And all goes to the wives of proud Vedic Brahmanas. Dvija Patni, right? When Krishna was in Mathura, what happened? Anybody knows the story? Anybody can tell? Dvija Patni, the wives of Brahmana, proud Brahmanas. Anybody knows the story of the proud Brahmanas Patnis? Nobody? what happened when Krishna Balram came there and they were asking for the food with the Brahmanas. They are Karmakandi Brahmanas. You all know what is Karmakandi Brahmanas. We learned in the Gita 18 classes. They are just behind the Karmakanda. You do good, you'll get good. You do this homa, you'll get good things. You do that homa, you'll get good things. So they are like that, Karmakandi Brahmanas. But they were worshipping the Vishnu, the Chaturbuja form of the Lord. And they kept some food remnant, food for the bhoga purpose, and for the prasad, when they get prasad. And they were, and Krishna Balram, just to test them, they went there and they said, we are hungry, you give some food. And they knew Krishna himself, he wanted to just check how much they really concerned about the Vedas, but they neglected Krishna and Balram. And they said, what are you asking me? We are Brahmanas, don't ask with us, go to our wives, they'll give something. And some Brahmanas, they did not care for the Krishna or Balram. They went to wives of Vedic Brahmanas, Dvija Patni. Dvija means Brahmana and Patni means the wife. So they went there, and when even today that place is there. If you go to Vrindavan, you can visit that place where Brahmana Patnis, they came to give Krishna food, and they cooked themselves an entire kitchen. Entire thing was empty. Everything they prepared for Krishna, and they ran to Krishna. And some Brahmanas, they stopped their wife not to go. You are a wife, you should sit inside home, not to go outside. They are boys, don't meet. But still, they wanted to go intensely. They wanted to see Krishna and Balram. They were seeing like, their own children. So Brahmanas, they whatever. And it said that if you go out of Brahmana's house, that means if you go opposite to your husband, you are not considered any chaste wife. So what happened? Brahmanas did not want them to go, all the wives. So some wives, they left their body, and the soul went to Krishna. Soul went to, it's all, Krishna is not behind our body. It's about our soul, how much devotion we have for Krishna. So they left the body. They're almost dead. They left the body, the soul that took all the food remnants and ran to Krishna. Soul cannot be stopped by anybody. Body can be stopped. The soul went, and they started giving foodstuffs to Krishna, and they all got the motherly affection from Krishna, the Dhatri, the mother stage for Krishna's, the Vatsalya Rasa. So that's why they are so great today. Even today, that there is a place where this pastime happened, and all goes the wives of Kaliya serpents. So after Kaliya Leela, in the 10th canto, you can read, or Krishna book you can read, they give beautiful prayers to Krishna. They say that how fortune is Kaliya, who got the dust of the lotus feet of Krishna on their head. We are not that fortunate, and whoever got that dust in their head, they are just fortunate. Even though they may consider, snakes are considered envious, but then when Krishna danced on them, all the envy, all the poison went away from their heart, and they became pure. So they give beautiful prayers, and more than Krishna being pleased by Kaliya, he became pleased by the wives of Kaliya. Why? They were so determined to do devotional service to Krishna. Through pure devotional, they all obtain the lotus feet of Lord Govinda. All glories to the places of rasa dance of Sri Krishna was performed. All glories to Radha and Shyama. Shyama is Krishna, and Shyama, if you put double A, that becomes Radharan. So Radha and Krishna, all glories to the divine rasa dance, which is the most beautiful of Lord Krishna's pastime. So in the 10th canto, whole Bhagavatam is considered as the body of Krishna. That means the first two cantos are the lotus feet of Krishna, and then comes the thighs and everything like that. And the face is called as the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. And the smile of Krishna is Rasa dance. The chapter where Rasa dance is explained, that's the smile. So Prabhupada always tells that we should go from the foot. That means we should go from the lotus feet of Krishna to the top. That means we should go first to the first canto, second canto, understand them, third canto, understand, and then go to the 10th canto. And we are so excited to know about Krishna's pastime. So Prabhupada gave a separate book, which is Krishna book. So in that book, we can read. And even there, we should go from first chapter, second chapter, and directly not jump to the Rasa Leela. Prabhupada strictly tells that. Why? It is said that if you directly jump to Rasa Leela, your lust will increase. If you go from first canto, second canto, slowly to the Raslila, even in Krishna book, first chapter, second chapter, if you go slowly to the Raslila pastime, actually those who hear the Raslila pastime from an actual bona fide source, the lust will always, it's like completely nullified. There will be no lust. They'll actually get liberated. But then we are not in that stage. So we should not directly go to that pastime. We should go under a guidance of a guru, and guru has said, the spiritual master Srila Prabhupada has said, go from the lotus feet. So we should try to go in accordance. So it's the rasa dance, and so much beautiful pastimes of the Lord is given in that. And all goes to the mellow conjugal love, which is the most excellent of all the rasas and propagates in Braja of Sri Krishna in the form of the divine Parakiya Bhava. So there are two bhavas. Sometimes we get confused, right? What is the difference between Rukmini and Radha? Right? So many. And we go to YouTube where all nonsense will be there. And our brain, it just gets all kind of lusty things in our head. So there is Swakiya and Parakya. Both are Krishna's, love for Krishna. Rukmini is in the Swakiya Rasa as a wife, chaste wife of Krishna. She is also loving Krishna, and Krishna is giving her love. Second is Parakiya Bhava, where the paramour love, in the kind of hiding from the husband and going to meet the boyfriend. Even in this world, it's there, right? So in spiritual world, it's there. But there's no lust. There is only love. Here, everything is lust because it's like contamination. See, there is a big bowl of, milk, and just a snake comes and puts his tongue inside that big bowl of milk. Only a little part of it gets poisoned, or whole bowl will get poisoned. Whole bowl of milk, whole milk will get poisoned, right? And whoever drinks it, he'll die because snake has touched his tongue, the venomous tongue in the milk. Similarly, we came into this material world. We were pure milk, and our desire was to come here, right? Krishna says we ourselves came here, and when we came, we touched the boundary of material world and came down. So our consciousness became poisoned in that way, and whatever we do, it becomes a lust here. It's not love. Love is only when you do it for Krishna, not even for your wife, not even for your kids, not even for your girlfriend or boyfriend. Everything is lust here. Only Krishna's service is pure. So Krishna's service is very pure. So even their paramour love, which is hiding from a husband, Radharani also has a husband. She hides from husband and goes to meet Krishna. That's more intense love than Rukmini's love. Why? Because it gives more pleasure to Krishna. Okay, so the detail is there in the Krishna book, so you can read that. But then we should understand Krishna's position. Then we should read about Krishna. So that's how the more. Yesterday, Prabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita class, I don't know how many of you are joining, but please join Chaitanya Charitamrita class. There, Prabhu was explaining about Jagannath Rath Yatra, and he was explaining why it is considered that Radharani's love for Krishna, why we are worshipping Radharani than Lakshmi Narayan. Lakshmi Narayan, many of them worship, right? In South, it's high in number. Lakshmi Narayan temples are everywhere. But Radharani's and Krishna's temple are very less. Even in North, they know, but then they don't know the tattva most of the times. They get here and there, and all Sahajiya things will happen. So why it is that our Gaudiya Vaishnavas are more on Radha and Krishna? Madhvacharya gave the Sampradaya. He gave about the Krishna only. He did not speak about Radharani. Ramanujacharya came. He gave about Narayan and Lakshmi, right? But nobody spoke about Radha Krishna until Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. Why is it? Because it's the highest, and nobody can get so easily. It's like a diamond. Diamond, see, pearls anybody can get. The stones anybody can get, but diamond is rare. That's why when you come to ISKCON, you come to know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Before that, you can't come to know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why? Because diamond is very rare. It's given for us. It's given. And we don't want to neglect it, right? It's given to us. So, because Lakshmi Narayan, it's more of an opulence than, there is love, but then the opulence is coming in front. Here, it's pure love. It's pure love. Radha and Krishna's love is pure love. It's more about devotee and the Lord. It's more about living for one another. It's pure love, right? And Madhurya Rasa is extreme. That's why it's told here. And remembering the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda's concert, Sri Janava Devi, this fallen soul, lowly servant of Krishna, sings the Sankirtana of the holy name. So Hare Krishna. See, one song itself, it's having so much meaning. That's why it is called as Kirtans, Gaudiya Vaishnav songs. Can anybody tell me why we are repeating the songs? We can arrange our own songs, right? Why are we repeating? What is the importance of repeating the same Kirtans every time? What is it doing to Krishna? Why are we repeating the songs? Yes, Rishi, you can unmute and tell.
Mataji is about Mahajanina Gatasya Pantha. That means we have to follow the footsteps of the Acharyas who have taught us the things.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, it's about all, as Prabhu told just now, it's about the mercy that, see, when they sing for Krishna, it's from their heart, which is coming from for the Lord. So when we repeat the same thing, it's reaching to Krishna through their heart. That means Krishna is loving them. And that's why Krishna is approving their songs, right? They are all manjaris, great manjaris of Krishna. They are all gopis of Krishna who came as acharyas and they sang. So Krishna likes them more. So that's why when we repeat, Krishna is actually loving. He's like, oh, somebody is repeating my servant's songs. Huh? Okay, I'll hear him. So at least in that way, Krishna is hearing. If I tell myself I'll do whatever I want, Krishna won't. There are some people, psycho people or psychopaths will tell, I don't want anybody. I can go directly to Krishna. They are called sahajiyas. They are like, I don't want guru in my life. I can directly go to Krishna, and they do all kinds of, in Vrindavan, if you go, there are lots of such people who will dance, they compose their own songs. They'll dance in front of the deity wearing the gopi dress and all of that. But Krishna doesn't like those things. Krishna wants you to come through Guru Parampara. Evam Parampara Praptam Imam Rajashya Vidu. That's why you should come through a Guru, or else it's difficult for us to reach Krishna. Okay, yesterday is just continuation of science and spirituality. Day before yesterday, we went through before that, we went through how science is developing in modern day and how the scientists are telling about the, the greatness of the Lord as they are believing. And day before yesterday, we saw a video also in the end of the class, how the man is exploiting the whole earth. And today is just a continuation of it, that dark sides of science and how it is important that science has to learn about spirituality. It's so difficult for us to convince them. But I don't know why the screen is not fully shared. Okay. Anyways, so dark sides of science, we all know, we can list it, right? What are some dark phases you can tell? You have to unmute. You can unmute and tell. My laptop is getting stuck. Okay. Yes, some of the dark phases of science, you can just tell.
Hare Krishna,
What do the
Mataji.
science? Yes, Mataji.
Development of biological and nuclear weapons.
Yes. Example is just.
COVID is assumed to be a biological weapon developed by China for destruction, or nuclear weapons, without having any thought process of how to rein in, because we are not God. The scientists assume that they will be able to finally be able to control things, but they don't understand that the ultimate controller and sustainer and maintainer is the Supreme Lord, and they assume themselves to be having control over things, but many times things go beyond their control, even what they try to produce.
Yes. Yeah, and she is telling about Bhopal gas tragedy. Yeah. And the main thing, as Mataji told, they think as if they are God. It's true. Man thinks he's a controller of everything, right? Science, when it came, maybe 100 or 200 years ago, when industrial revolution happened, they gave a promise to the humans that it's a boon for the humanity. But same boon, it has become like a sin for us, right? They said it's a boon for humanity, right? When science came in the beginning, but the same science, it's acting like a curse for us now. Today, so many things, they are extracting petrol and everything for vehicles. A simple example, what our Shiksha Guru also gives, that he tells that, see, in previous time, maybe a 500 years ago, we didn't have a road or vehicle or petroleum vehicle or electronic vehicle. We didn't have. We were happy with walking, and people had a good health also, and they were walking so nicely, right? These were things were there. And suddenly a human thought, okay, I can walk. Why I can't, make a way for myself? He started, making a way, kind of a road and everything. For that, he had to take a jelly and everything for the road purpose, and he started extracting the earth and everything. So then after that happened, then he thought, I have to go now faster. What I was reaching Delhi in like 2-3 months, I can reach in 2 months or 1.5 months. So he started, making a bullock cart and everything. He made, and he was going in that. Then he was like, I want to go still faster. Then he started giving all the cycles and everything. He started doing that. Then again, man was not satisfied. Then he started making, motor vehicles. Maybe 200 years ago, 100 years ago, he started doing. And for that, he needed coal and charcoal and everything. And then he started extracting the earth again, digging the earth, and he brought some charcoals and everything. And again, he was not satisfied, and he was like, I want still more faster vehicle. I can extract diesels. Still further, he digged into the earth. Again, he extracts so many valuable things, and whatever crust was there, he started digging that, and he got diesel and petroleum and everything. And then he wanted still faster. He took petroleum, and now road was widened, and so many things, like past decade, we see so many things, so-called development of India, so-called developed countries, so-called developing countries, and so-called underdeveloped countries, all everywhere, all over the world. It's same situation, where people are, there's no hope for living now. They said, we'll make your life easy, right? Science said, I'll make your life so easy that you will be so comfortable. They wanted to make her easy, but then they missed the point. They were behind sense gratification. The main missing was they did not understand the requirement of human life. They thought this world, it's all about senses. They thought like that. They thought that, if I give them more comfort, today beds, if you see, there are more soft beds, so cushion beds and so many things. There is sleep well and so many other products. They are making humans to sleep. They thought that will make us peaceful. But there are some people who eat pills and sleep, sleeping pills and sleep. So that's not making us happy. So what is making us happy? That they missed. The missing point is soul. The self-realization is not there. That's why people think this is the end or the goal of sense gratification. But as we saw just now, I gave example. Did we have an end? Today we brought electronic motors, electronic vehicles, right? And tomorrow we may bring something new. It's said, I was just going through the internet, it was said that some new model is coming, 5G, 6G, there are so many models. iPhone itself, new year, new iPhone will come, and everybody runs to buy it. Everybody runs. For what? They already have a mobile with them. Mobile was first used just to call. Now for what we use? So many things we use. They said by getting mobile, by getting internet in your life, your life will be so easy. So many things they told. But Geo came, it told, will make your life so easy and everything comfortable. But then it's not so comfortable what we see today. So many rubbish things are going on in internet, right? So many things. And that's what they thought, if we get sense gratification, we'll be happy. That's what they thought. They missed so much. There's a class on temple president. He was giving a class on real shortage. That's a very good class. I'll send you in the YouTube. You just go through it. He tells that what is a real shortage. We didn't understand. Somebody tells the shortage in life is money. Somebody tells the shortage in life is economic development, right? India wants to become 5 crore, 10 crore economy turnovers and so many things it wants. But then it thought that was the great thing. What we tell? India was a Soni ki chidiya. But then they missed the point that it was not just a Sone ki chidiya. There was something more in India. That's the thing they missed. And we started, what we start? We start to imitate the Westerners. Somebody was asking Prabhupada, why did you come to Western world? You could have done in India, right? Everything. But Indians were, Prabhupada told, because Indians were behind the Western world. Whatever I told, nothing was going inside. They thought the Western world is something great. Somebody who comes from NRI, it's celebrated like a king in the home, right? So great. But then when Prabhupada himself went to America, he was thinking, what is there in America so nice that people are like, it's a dream city for them to go there, dream country. There are so many dream countries in our mind, right? That country I want to go, this country I want to go. So Prabhupada was like seeing why people are going there, because for sense gratification. They thought that's the shortage in their life. They thought that's the only thing that's remaining. And they had no concept of spirituality. They have no concept of spirituality. And Prabhupada wanted to give spirituality. So another last time where Prabhupada was going to New York, and there one big college, I'm not remembering the name of the college. He went there, and Indian sadhu, old 70 plus years of age, and the Westerners, they don't really what you tell, they are not respectable to the elders. You all know that. Not very much like an Indians. So Prabhupada, when he went, and the college invited him because he was very famous. Krishna conscious movement or Hare Krishna movement was very famous during that time. So the college invited Srila Prabhupada and to give some lectures, and he went there, and there, like, students were almost, they were not concerning about Prabhupada's existence in that stage. They were like, they're in own world. They were not seeing Prabhupada or anything. So what happened? Prabhupada went there, and he was just seeing the audience. Nobody is concerned. Whatever he speaks, if nothing goes to their head. Prabhupada knew. So he wanted to bring that realization that they are not soul. What he did, he called one of the boy and he told, like, whoever is very intelligent in this whole college, please come forward. I want to ask you some questions. So everybody was excited. This old man, what will he ask? He is an Indian. Indians does not know science, or they don't know physics, chemistry. What do they know? They did not know the background of Prabhupada. He was a great chemist. So they did not know. So they were thinking, this is an old person, Indian. What does he know about science? And everybody were like, who is the most intelligent? Who is the most intelligent? They started to point out each other. And ultimately one boy came up, the class school president, students president. He came up and he was like, Prabhupada, I'm intelligent. You can ask me anything you want. So Prabhupada asked, okay, tell me, where is your nose? So he pointed out, here is my nose. He told Prabhupada, here is my nose. And then he asked, where is your tongue? He showed the tongue. Here is my tongue. And then Prabhupada asked, where is your ears? This is my ear. And he was just telling those things. And Prabhupada was like, what is this person asking? Where is my ear and all of that? Is he really a sane person, or what is it? Then when Prabhupada was asking, then ultimately he asked, where is your kidney? Where is your liver? And he's like, inside this part, inside that part. He started pointing out, that's my liver, that's my kidney, there is my kidney. And asked. So ultimately Prabhupada asked, where are you? The boy was like, where am I? Yeah. And he started pointing out himself. He was like, no, that's your chest. Again he asked, I'm here. He was like, Prabhupada was like, where are you? Then ultimately that boy said, I don't know, where am I? Then Prabhupada said, that's what I'm here to teach you. Where are you? Who you are? You said, this is my nose, this is my eyes, this is my tongue, this is my ears, this is mine. But who is that my? That thing you don't know. You said, this is mine, this is my hands. We don't tell this is I hands, right? We tell what? This is my hand. So Prabhupada told them, and everybody was astonished to see that. It's like, Prabhupada, what did you tell? We are not even, we didn't even think about this. So Prabhupada was like, that's what a human should think, who he is. If that thing itself is not there in him, then, right, the Vedic mantra, it starts from Athato Brahma Jignasa. You're a human, then ask questions. Animals don't have to ask questions. Only a human has to ask questions. So that's the thing. And here it's just about how people have done for this whole world, right? The hard look on the modern world, the ecology, environmental super disaster are no longer a doomsday prophecy. They look, and I don't know why it is not presenting, but whatever it is. So here about ecology, it's explained how people use this ecology, and today how it was becoming. Right, a decade before, maybe people were saying, in 2025 this will happen, in 2022 that will happen, flying jet will come, this, and everything started. But what did we get? Corona. What did we get? We get corona, right? Many things they told, but it said that due to alarming pollution level, cut short an average of 10 years due to alarming pollution. So people's metropolitan city have their lifespan cut short. And it's not a great thing here telling this. because already it's predicted that our life will get shortened as the age passes, as the Kali Yuga comes to an end. It's only 12 years a human can stay, like an animal. Cats stay for 12 years and they die. Similarly, in the end of Kali Yuga, everybody's average lifespan will be 12 years. They'll die within 12 years. It's said that. So it's not an astonishing time, but then science is not approving this. Somewhere the science is telling we'll start to, we'll give you more medicines, we'll give you more medical facility, we'll start giving you more higher lifespan. But if you see the reality, it's getting decreased. People were staying for 100 years and today it's become 70. And I don't know in future what is our age, what a youth, today's youth, maybe 60, maybe 50, we don't know. When the heart attack comes and when we die, we don't know. So that's how the today's world has become. And violence, death due to wars is 20th century are 7 times death due to the wars in the previous 19th century combined. So it's 7 times more. And just we had a witness in the Russian and Ukraine war. Is there any fault of those citizens? No fault. What was the fault? The sense gratification of person. One is individual karma, another one is accumulated karma, or the karmas are coming with the maybe a whole home will be affected by that karma, a whole city will be affected by that karma. It's combined karma of all those people. So war is a kind of karma which is coming back. We see why it is happening, because in India itself today we see why so many bad things are happening, why corona came, because we started slaughtering all the animals. And that karma was there on the whole country, whole world, slaughtering of animals. And from there, the karma came. And that was slaughtering of humans by corona. Anybody took a weapon to slaughter us? No, it was just a virus which came inside our body to slaughter us, right? The violent crimes are spiraling the worldwide. And what about the mental health issues? We have so many friends in our own college. We have seen the seniors or the big IIT colleges. Suicide rates are increasing. Mumbai IIT or Delhi, Kanpur, maybe so many IITs are there. Bangalore, so many. They are just killing themselves. Why? Stress, depression. Why these things are happening? Because of uncontrollable mind. We are not able to control our mind. A person who can't sit for 1 hour class in his own college, what he can control his own life? He can't. Mind is actually controlling the life. So that has become suicide rates. Over 1 million people commit suicide every year. This figure is more than the total deaths in the war and homicides combined. And what about the family? All are now nuclear family, no joint family, right? It's very difficult to make people come together. Very difficult. Why? Nuclear families everywhere. Nuclear family means selfishness, right? A joint family, before in India, there were so many joint families. Today you see one home in one town, or maybe in the same compound there are 4 homes. I have seen such families. In same compound there are 4 homes for 4 brothers. They can't live together. People can't live together itself. Even our president was telling we have to make a community in temple, but it's so difficult to bring people from outside and make them stay in temple. It's not easy. People think staying in temple is so easy, becoming grahastha brahmachari, or just a brahmachari, naistic brahmachari. It's so easy. People live in community. First of all, we can't live with people in home, and we are trying to live with Vaishnavas without offense. It's not so easy. It's not so easy. So we see today's divorce race is like 6 months people give divorce. 6 months. There's so many people suffer because of that. And children are homeless. What went wrong here? What went wrong? Anybody? Yeah, I'll answer that later, Rishi. So, yes, as I said, what went wrong? Because sense gratification, right? The first thing was sense gratification. So, we thought that's the main thing. Money is the main thing. My life, my rules. I have seen some people, they tell my life, my rules. They were even an ad was coming, why should others have fun? Even I can have fun, such ads. Are you really having fun? Krishna says it's dukkhalayam ashashvatam. And nothing is going according to your rules, so-called rules. You can't even break a traffic rule. What will you make your own rules? It's not possible. You can't break a government rule. What rules will you make for your life? You can't. You have to just obey the rules of Lord. And when you obey the Lord's rule, then you will be happy. That's the, for them it's contradictory. Because they see in material world, when we obey somebody, it means almost exploitation. Slavery or servant means exploitation in this material world, because we have created such an environment. Servant means exploitation. Because they thought this is the same condition in spiritual life, they don't want to become a servant. They don't want to call themselves a das or dasis, right? People don't want that name. But in reality, if you obey the Lord, if you obey the rules of Lord, what happens? You will be benefited. For example, you are going in a bike with no helmet, with 3 people, and you're going in a traffic and you broke the signal. What will be the condition after that? Will you put under the jail? Will you put behind the bars, right? Why? You didn't obey the law of government. Why will the law will be there or the rules will be there? To protect you. Somewhere you met an accident, 3 life just went collapsed, right? 3 of your friends just collapsed. Why? They did not obey the rules. They just went without any rules or regulation. That's why government made some rules so that you obey and your life will be saved in the traffic rules. If you don't obey, the first punishment will be you are put in the behind the bar, or you will be paying the fine. Similarly, when you don't obey the law of the Lord, this prakriti, what happens? You'll be again pushed to the animal life. You're human now. You got some rules and regulation to follow. You have responsibilities. You have the responsibility to understand who you are, but you are not using that responsibility, and you don't have, don't have courtesy to get that. What happens? Law of prakriti will push you back to the animal life. Right? That's what a jail is, going back to animal life. So today's people, they are just behind that. So the capacity of the science to disturb the universe have far exceeded our capacity to remedy the disturbance we cause. So he's saying that science wanted to give a boon to the humanity, but what he has done, what science has done is the distress we are facing, so much pollution, that this global warming and so many things, that now science itself is getting bewildered. What can I do so that, see what happened in corona itself is a great realization for all of us who have God gifted brains. They can realize that because of our low immunity, most of us got corona. At least we got sick, right? We got sick. Why? Because of low immunity power, low mental strength, and all of that. Why it was happening? Because we didn't have a good hygiene. Hygiene was not there. Good, meditation, sadhana, no spiritual concept in our life that could help us in, controlling our mind or anything. Many people were in apartment alone. They made a suicide. Big stars, they were suicide. They did suicide. They got killed. Why? Because they could not control their own mind, because of no, endeavor for controlling the mind. There's no spirituality. Because of that, we could not. The corona came. It was, Corona came, it was some other country or something. They put virus into another country. It's there, fine. But what was our part in that? We were weak. Even if the weapon is there, weapon is hitting us, but it hit us and we immediately got collapsed. Why? Because we are weak inside. That much realization, if somebody gets, he will take up to Krishna consciousness, because he knows our strength. Even a big bodybuilders, they got corona. So even if that thing we come to know, that's a great thing. And when this happened, the Gita 18 course started back in June 2020, and many people joined, because they came to know the real shortage of Krishna consciousness. But science was thinking it was a shortage of human sense gratification, and that caused them great distress. Okay, so we'll stop till here. Tomorrow we'll continue further. Okay, it's still more analysis. This video I'll show you not tomorrow, maybe it's on Monday, right? Monday I'll show you this video, or I'll send you. If I get in a YouTube, I'll send in the group so you can go through it. And for the question of Rishi Prabhu, what is Naistika Brahmachari? There are two kinds of brahmacharis. One is Naistika Brahmachari. Naistika Brahmachari means he won't get married in his entire life. Like our president, Minister Prabhu, they are all Naistika Brahmachari. They do great sadhana, and they have sadhana chart, in the sense they have to do these things and they are following, and their entire life they are dedicated to Krishna. And second is Grahastha Brahmachari. Grahastha Brahmachari is the one who will follow the Naistika Brahmachari for some time, and after that he will be given option by the senior devotees whether he wants to get married or want to be in a brahmacharya ashram. And if he tells he want to get married, then he will be married and living like a brahmachari with a wife. That means not like a karmis, not grahamedis who are just behind sense gratification. This grahasthas, they live in temple and serve the Lord in the sense full-time devotees. They serve the Lord. That's called Grahastha Brahmacharis. They live like a brahmachari, but they have wife and children, but they're not behind sense gratification, but they are always dedicated to Krishna. Similar like brahmacharis only. After even getting married, they also do great sadhana with the wife. They discuss Bhagavatam and everything. So in ISKCON, there are so many Grahastha Brahmacharis also, and so many Naistic Brahmacharis also. But we should not be in middle, that I'll be also brahmachari and I also have other. That's what Prabhupada told, 4 principles. Even extramarital life or outside the marriage is also offense. So Prabhupada used to tell that one devotee, he wanted to become Grahastha, but he was not fully into it. He wanted to become brahmachari and also have a connection with Mataji. So Prabhupada was like, either you become a brahmachari or become a grahastha. Don't become a brahmastra. That means you will destroy your own life. You will destroy your spiritual life. So don't become like that. So best is becoming Naistika Brahmachari. Dedicate your life to Krishna. Whole life to Krishna. So that's the best thing you can do. And there's so many devotees to guide in this path. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Dandvat Pranam.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. And there is Chaitanya Charitamrita class on just now at 8:15. Maybe it will start. So it's a nectar. You should join. I'll send the link in the class. So I hope you all will get so much mercy. Yes, Mataji, sure. I'll make you join. Okay, Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anand Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.